Commuting with Clint. I saw the chassis that was it Cadillac is entering into F1. It's pretty cool. I think it's about time a big manufacturer from the United States entered a chassis and all that in there. I think Ford or something's helped with motors and stuff like that. But I know GM is working, or GM Caddy is working on a motor of their own. But I think for this probationary period, they're going to be using a, what is it? Ferrari engine. But I gotta say, I thought the livery was really cool on it. It's like a monochromatic, flat black with spots of satin black. And then the Cadillac logo is in some sort of semi-gloss silver. And then everybody that's involved in the project, they put their names on the nose section of it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do. I hope they really do well. And I hope they do better once they get their own motor in it. Give you another team to root for. Never heard. I do not remember who's driving for them and all that. But I don't know. This will be their first season, I think. And I don't remember when they're going to be in it. I think it is this year, later in the year. But ought to be pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Then I saw a great video yesterday. It was 2 Audis. One was a Group B Audi from when they were doing the just Group B racing, rally racing. And then it was their new, right? I shouldn't say new, it's a little while older, I guess. But the Audi e-tron Dakar rally chassis that they had entered into it. It's like a big all-wheel drive car, pre-runner looking thing. But yeah, then they had the little, the old Group B rally racer on snow with the appropriate tires for both cars, I assume. And man, that little car from the 80s just smoking it and smoking that brand new one. It was funny. It just makes me think that, I don't think people really understand how crazy that Group B rally racing was back in the day. Because it was basically opened up to like a run what you brung kind of thing for manufacturers. So pretty much anything that you could put on the track, they were like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. And then it got wildly out of hand. Talking things with like 300 or 400 or 500 horsepower. All-wheel drive, crazy tire and suspension setups. Different body things to, lighten chassis and stuff like that. Basically dependent on roll cages for the stiffness and the strength and safety. Yeah, if anybody ever wants to see some crazy shit, that's something to look up on the old YouTube or maybe some old racing channels or something. I think every now and then they show old races on some of the sports channels. But yeah, it is nuts. Flat out in the hills, on gravel, mud. Look at this guy on this little electric bike. And he ain't got no shoes on. like I said, definitely go check that out if you're interested in some crazy race footage. That's just like watching the Isle of Man TT. Man, those dudes got some balls. And they are made out of pure titanium, I'll tell you what. I love watching an Isle of Man race. Some guys getting sideways and jumping a motorcycle into a turn of like 180 miles an hour. That is some wild, wild stuff. I mean, just watching their head cam footage, or helmet cam footage, I should say. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, you're looking down, you just see the RPMs like red, almost redlining, and just as fast as they can go. And these guys are just dragging knees, like, and hugging turns. And if you don't know, the Isle of Man is like, it's not really a racetrack. It's just the streets in the city or on the island, and like, there's no prepping or anything, so it just is what it is. Like, they've made some upgrades over the years, but I think for the most part they're still pretty basic streets, and they're not very big because it's England, or not England, but you know, that area, I should say. Yeah, you know, I think when you get on a motorcycle, the safest way to drive a motor or ride a motorcycle is to not have all these features. Then it's like being in a car, you know? They're supposed to be situationally aware of everything going on around you. You know? And I guess, you know, the heated seat, grips and all that, that just helps you ride a little longer. But even then, you're riding longer. Does that mean you're getting fatigued and you're riding too long? I don't know. It's different for everybody. Thing of Winnebago. But you know, that's why I like older bikes. I don't need a radio. I mean, every now and then some music would be nice, but I'll probably do that with the Cardo. But I don't need the radio. I don't need big ass windscreen with wind buffeting technology, or like the highway bars, you just stretch your legs out, change your seating position. I can do that right now. But yeah, I don't know. But at the same time, if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. You can't fault anyone for getting what they want. At the end of the day, like I said, that gets more people riding bikes. And that's what we really want. Got a little roadkill up ahead. Like a squirrel. Huh. I really wish my little thumb screw wasn't broke. I could kind of put it in cruise for a minute. Put my other hand in my pocket. But it broke a while back. It got lost. Pulling into Manville. Man, Aaron's probably already there. I got a late start. he's coming from Friendswood, so he's coming from the other way though, so there's no way I would see him. Yeah, there's Manuel. It goes a mile or two that way, and then a mile or two that way, and that's it. This is their main road, pretty much. Nice little town, though. Down there's 288. That's where they're really trying to build it up, make some shopping centers and stuff like that. Thought I was gonna go, but yeah, other than that, they're still pretty small. Been that way for a long time. Man, what is it? Even though it's chilly, it's still a nice day. There it is. Be interesting to see how many bikes there are at church. I go to the biker church here in Manville, so there's a bunch of motorcyclists that go here. But might be too cold for everybody to be riding. There might be a couple of bikes, we'll see. I might be the only one, who knows? Ah, there's one. And only one.